Future presentation.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Focus Testing, a podcast about movies where we make a movie. My name is Tristan Miller, and joining me today is David Correos. How are you, David?
Hi, Tristan. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm very good. I'm excited. I'm stoked we got this together. This has been a long time coming.
Absolutely. You're joining us from beautiful Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Yeah.
How is the city of sails today, as they say?
Oh, sails are wet, because it's raining.
You hate to see it, folks, but we're gonna move on. I have nothing.
I can show you. I can show you. That's
oh
the
my
vibe.
God.
That's the vibe.
Oh
my
excellent.
God, there's so much mold in my fucking window. Oh God.
Excellent. 100%. So good for the watchers on the Substack. That's some bonus content for y'all. You get to see David's moldy window. There's gonna be a train passing by, and it's gonna be so loud in this recording. Super. So David, do you remember the first movie you saw in the cinema?
First movie I saw in the cinema. Wow, I think it was Jurassic Park 2. And that's the first one I remember because that one scared me so much we had to leave. I couldn't stick around for the whole movie.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think I was like 4 years old.
Yeah, that's not appropriate for a 4-year-old.
Yeah, I think I was 4. Because when did Jurassic Park, the first one, come out? Was that 92 or 93?
93.
93. And so, yeah, so Jurassic Park 2 would have, came out like 96, 97, eh?
For sure.
Yeah, I think that it all matches up.
Yeah. Do you remember what scared you?
I remember it was a scene of a dinosaur, it was raining, and it was dark. And I think that was just like, not
feeling it.
Daytime dinosaurs. Daytime dinosaurs with the long necks, all good. Freaky ones at nighttime, no, thank you.
No good, very bad. Don't do it. That's very interesting for me because you have talked a bit about on stage that you like horror movies. Do you think you like horror movies now because you were like, I was scared so bad as a kid, I'm conquering my fear, or am I reading too much into it?
Ooh, I've been, yes, no, definitely. No, you're definitely onto something. Yeah, I've always had like horror has always been, it's always really fun, but it's always like, when I was a kid, it was always just like a little bit too far out of my comfort zone. And I always thought it was a visual thing, but it was always an audio thing. So I remember watching like the Goosebumps TV shows and I'd cover my eyes, but I'd still be scared because I could hear it. That would freak me out. Yeah. Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers messed me up. The Grudge trailer messed me up. I couldn't even watch the movie because my sister told me that she wet her pants while watching it. And she was like in her 20s at the time. So I was like, well, I guess 10-year-old me won't be able to handle that. So,
good call. Good fucking call.
Yeah, but I love death scenes. I have a real fascination for death scenes in horror movies. I don't know what it is.
Interesting.
I think it's because I know it's because it's not real, but I also love the effects. Like I love watching a Final Destination death cut, supercut. Oh, great way to kill time.
So you're going on to youtube.co.nz and
yeah, boy.
And you're looking up Final Destination. That's the things you do in your spare time.
Yeah, boy.
Couldn't be me, but God, more power to you. God bless. We all accept all kinds here.
We're all cooked. I'm cooked.
We're all cooked. Oops, all cooks. Okay, so that's very cool. Did you go to the cinema a lot growing up?
Yeah, because I'm friends with movie freaks.
All my
friends are movie freaks. They love nerding out on movies. Out of association, I went to Star Wars, the reboots.
Yeah,
what was the first one called?
Force Awakens.
What's that? Not Force Awakens. I went to Force Awakens in the cinema 7 times. 7 times because my friend was obsessed with it and he went 23 times. He held the record for watching Force Awakens the most times in the cinema in New Zealand, and he won a prize pack. And then he came second for Last Jedi.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the picture at any point during those 7 viewings?
Yeah. No,
okay,
I love it because I love my friends and I can get on board with it, and we'd have like big debriefs and stuff. And then my other mates, I don't know if you got to meet them or did any podcasts with them, but like they run a podcast called Cult Popture with what do you call it, AJ and Richard Martin, and
Mhm.
they're big movie freaks. And so I've
Okay.
like watched like we watched like they watch a whole film franchise. So I watched like the Raid franchise, love that one. I watched Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, watched all of those ones. Yeah.
Excellent.
Sorry,
That's so
I'm
good.
talking
No,
too much.
no, you are. I asked you to come and talk at me and with me, so I think you're talking the exact right amount. You're all good. Um, but yeah, that's great. I love that you've by through osmosis become like a fan of movies. Which is I think kind of purer than someone intellectually going, "I love movies. Let me obsess over them." Because now you're just like in it, and you're like, "Oh, I like this one, and I don't." I think that's
Mm,
great. I think that's
mm.
great. Um, so I have some movie trivia here for you.
Yeah,
Um,
let's go.
Lesh, and I cannot stress this enough. Go. Um, that was one New Zealandism that I was not prepared for was the Leshko. That has not
It's a
made it
good.
over.
It's good.
It's great. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it has not made its way over. The no worries, all goods, Yanaz, they've all migrated over across the pond to the States. We know about those, but the Leshko was a surprise. That was a just for
Really?
me. Yeah.
I thought you guys say let's go.
We do say let's go, but we don't go Leshko.
Let's go.
Leshko. Uh, so my first question for you is what is movie,
What is
David?
movie?
What is movie?
Uh, movie is a hard sell. You gotta sell me hard on it. Like I just talked about how much I've seen so many movies, but it's so hard for me to get me to just sit down and watch a movie these days.
Yeah.
Movie is a hard sell. Movie is something that should be watched in the cinema. Should be
Mm.
watched on a phone. I think the best experience movie is cinema. I love it. I love it when it's in the big thing because I can focus.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm with you there. That's an excellent answer. I love it a lot. Have you seen that clip of David Lynch going, if you think you're watching a film on your telephone, get real. Such a sad. I'll send it to you. It's so good.
Yes,
Um
yes, yes. My
uh
friends talk like that too.
yeah, for sure. They're all doing a David Lynch impression. You're
Mm-hmm.
friends with David Lynch is what you're telling me. Anyway,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
um so I have one that you might be able to weigh in on, being someone who lives in beautiful Aotearoa in New Zealand. Who's
Mm,
more
mm,
fuckable, Gollum or
mm.
Schmeagol? We're talking about personality here.
Oh, I'm all for soft boys, so I guess Smeagol. Because Smeagol's a soft boy, eh?
Yeah, that's correct.
And
Yes, yes, yes.
Gollum's like Smeagol is Goku, Gollum is Vegeta. So
You
you
know,
pick the one you want, eh?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man.
absolutely correct. You nailed it 100%. Which two horror characters like Freddy versus Jason would you want to see face off? Which two horror characters?
Oh, anyone?
Any of them? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's such a sick question.
Hey, thanks. I came up with it today specifically for you because I know you like horror movies.
Oh, that's such a sick question. Oi, okay. Okay, well what okay. Oh, that's so sick. Okay, what do you do? Do you go for like something like death on Final Destination where like it's a being or does it have to kind of match? Like do the monsters have to kind of match? Uh okay. 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 Who's sick? Who's real sick? Okay, I don't know why, but like the creatures uh from the John Carpenter. What's the freaking what's that
The
movie?
Thing.
The Thing. Yeah, I want the Thing.
Okay, The
I
Thing.
want the Thing versus oi the Thing versus who would be real sick up against the Thing.
Who would
Um.
be?
Oi. How about this? How about the Thing versus it? You don't like it's the most vague monster fight ever.
The
You see the
Thing
fight
versus it.
of the Thing versus the it versus the Thing.
It
Who
versus The
won?
Thing.
Oh man, the Thing had it, but it. Oh man, it was crazy. It
I
was it was so crazy about the Thing.
I love that because it's also they're two like morph horror creatures. So they're just trying to find the other thing the Thing is the most afraid of. They're just going back and forth. That's so good. Oh,
Yeah, dude, it's a
excellent.
hard sell, but once you turn up, you're like, this is crazy.
It is a
What's
hard
gonna
sell,
fight?
as you said, all movies are. Absolutely. Okay. I'm trying to find another. What movie has the best soundtrack?
Best soundtrack.
Yeah.
I just saw Oppenheimer and I thought, oh no, the Social Network
Oh,
soundtrack by Trent Reznor. Oh,
it's good.
oi, that's so sick. That one or Hans Zimmer's Sherlock Holmes,
Oh
the Sherlock
yeah.
Holmes soundtrack. Oh, oh,
It's so good. It's excellent. I love it. Um, one of my theater teachers growing up had that like doo 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 like that little violin string from the
yes.
as her like cell phone ringtone. I'm just out of myself of being around old people, having a text message ringtone personalized. Um,
Yeah, that because I remember watching a video on explaining how Hans Zimmer made that track, and
mhm,
I don't know, I think one of the tracks was called Discombobulation,
mhm.
and he wanted it to feel like that, and that's why like a lot of it feels really like disjointed, and I don't know, I'm talking out my ass, but like I really love,
No,
yeah, that soundtrack was sick. That's that
it's
soundtrack and
it's
Social
really
Network.
good.
Oh god,
I gotta.
Some of Tron soundtrack
Oh yeah,
is mean with Daft Punk helped out. Oh,
yeah. It's really good. That you good soundtrack taste, David. I'd go for so far as to say. Um, I have another personalized question. You're again. I keep bringing up the fact that you're in New Zealand, and it is in fact 9 p.m. on the day before yesterday. Yes, it's yesterday
mm.
now. Tomorrow for you. Anyway, point being, do you have a favorite New Zealand film?
Favorite New Zealand film, Hunt for
Mhm.
the Wilder People.
Excellent
Hunt for the
choice.
Wilder People is it's just such a good movie.
Yeah.
It's such a perfect, I think it's the best New Zealand movie, I think,
Mhm.
made. It's just like it's a really nice balance of, like, I feel like that was, when Boy was pitched, and like when I was like a teenager and you first watch it, you're like, oh, this is gonna be like laughs the whole time. But then it
Mm-mm.
kind of takes a twist in the middle. It gets really heartfelt. When you're a teenager, you're like, no, I just want like slapstick. I just want like funny stuff. I don't really understand heart yet. But Hunt for
Mhm.
the Wilder People, it was so funny the whole way through, and they nailed the heart at the same time.
Yeah, I agree. It's a really incredible piece of
Mm.
cinema. Excited for his new one. Last Goal Wins. Looks good. Glad he's back
Mm-hmm,
to
mm-hmm.
doing smaller movies. I think it looks good. It looks good. And I'll
Let's
say
go.
let's go, and I'll say that on record. Oh gosh, I had another one pulled up for you. Oh,
I think it's really cute, by the way. I think it's really cute how like a New Zealand accent kicks in every couple of words.
oh yeah.
It's like your excellence, bro, your excellence. New Zealand hasn't left
Well,
your excellence, bro.
no, it has not. It simply has not. My family keeps going, "What the fuck is wrong with your voice?" Because I was like, apparently, and everyone's like, "Excuse me," and I'm like, "Oh yeah," or I'll say, "I remember I was I'll be like, "Oh no," like stuff like that, and
No,
no, no, no, no.
no, I
Sounds
didn't go there.
yeah. I didn't go. I wouldn't go so far as to say that. Um,
Sorry. Yeah,
all
yeah,
good. It's fun. It's a beautiful accent. One of the reasons I was in the country for 6 months, one of the reasons I decided to stay that long is I knew no matter how long I stayed, I would have a bit of it, and I needed to justify it a bit. Because if you go for like a
yes.
month and you come back talking like that, everyone's like, "Go fuck yourself." Um, but here's a goofy question for you. What movie
Mm-hmm.
makes you the horniest? It can't be pornography. What movie?
It can't. Oh, Cruel Intentions 2. Cruel
You
Intentions
had
2
that
gets me
so quick,
going,
my
dude.
man.
Cruel Intentions 2 got me barred up when I was a teenager. There was a scene where one of the characters is riding a horse. Yo, I watched it scene so many times. I still don't know what the movie's about. But that scene was crazy.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so excellent. I got two more for you, and then we'll play our little another little feature.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm having a ton of fun, by the way.
oh, good. I'm glad. It's nice to get it in real time. Um, who was your first character crush? Who did you have a crush on first?
First character crush. The one that I can remember, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if this is really movie, but they were in movies. Daphne. Cartoon Daphne. Cartoon Daphne, real life Velma.
Yeah, that's correct. That's 100% correct.
It's so basic. It's so basic, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I go for.
can I tell you? Good choices though, I think.
Thank you. Thank
Mhm.
you. Never watched the movie either, but Kate Beckinsale in Underworld.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wild.
yeah, incredible. That's cinema. What a picture. Um, so my final trivia question, as is always, is why is Austin Powers so sexy?
Oh, why is Austin Powers
Yeah,
so
baby.
sexy?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I think he's sexy through association. Again, like the cheerleader effect, because I watched
Mm.
Goldmember the most out of all of them, and he was with Beyonce like the whole time. So I think Beyonce's hotness rubbed. Oh no! It rubbed out on it. No, it rubbed off. It rubbed not rubbed out. It rubbed off
Well,
on Austin Powers,
that's
and
excellent.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's
that
all Beyonce.
I love that answer because that in the first two Austin Powers films, he's not sexy. They're just throwing him a bone. And I love
Yeah.
that as a concept. Oh, that's so good. Okay. I'm testing out this new segment on the show. It's
Mm-hmm.
called Double
Mm-hmm.
Features.
Mm.
So basically, I'm going to give you a movie and then please give me a film to feature double feature with it that is contrasting in genre but similar in thematic element. So like
Yeah.
the example I'm going to give you is like Penguins of Madagascar and Platoon. You see how they're related, but they're opposites, right? It's kind of like a
They're and
Barbenheimer thing, right?
they're related because the penguins have companionship, like camaraderie, and that's
Because they're both a military unit.
yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Same. Yeah.
Or I guess what's the other one I do a lot of? I can't remember the other example I have off my top of my head. But let's just do I should have
Fun
written
fact:
down. Mhm.
I got a fun fact about double features.
Go for it.
I learned this the other day from my friend. He said that my neighbor Totoro,
Mm-hmm.
Totoro, do you know what? There was a double feature. Do you know what the other movie was?
No.
Grave of the Fireflies,
Oh, gee. That's a
which
bit
is
grim.
the most harrowing movie I've ever seen.
Oh,
I watched Grave of the Fireflies, so harrowing. I watched it with my girlfriend. We went to sleep. 7 hours later, after watching the film, went to sleep, and she started crying. And I was like,
oh,
"Why are you crying?" And it's because we turned the lights off. She started seeing, like, started remembering the movie, and it was just so
oh.
harrowing. She started crying again.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
Can I
but
tell
again, it's
you?
contrast. Yeah,
It
give it
is
to me.
contrast. I would say that is the reason I have not seen the film yet. Since I was a teenager, I wanted to see all the Studio Ghibli films, and I've put that one off because I've heard it's just absolutely grim. An
So
adult,
harrowing.
am so afraid of what a cartoon sister and brother could do to my heart. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I I should have picked out movies beforehand to prompt the double feature. But let's
Hmm.
go with contrasting themes with contrasting genres, similar themes of let's keep it in the Miyazaki and go with Spirited Away. What would you double feature with Spirited Away?
Spirited Away. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh no. Um. Oh God. Okay. Spirited Away.
Mhm.
It's oh no. Oh Tristan.
I'm
Can
sorry,
I
have I
tell you
given you a
something?
bad one? Yeah, what's up?
I haven't seen
Oh no,
Spirited
that's okay.
Away.
Okay,
I'm
then let's
so
go. Then
sorry.
let me take the take two. Take two.
Let's go. Let's get out of Miyazaki. I reckon.
Yeah, let's get out of Miyazaki. I'm gonna say Hunt for the Wilder People.
Hunt for the Wilder People.
What's the opposite genre wise and but similar thematically? I was gonna say themically. That's not a word.
Thematically.
Yeah.
Okay. I go Hunt for the Wilder People and thematic. It's like kind of like a road movie. I go
Okay.
Due Date. Due Date with Robert Downey Jr. and
Yeah,
Zach
yeah.
Galifianakis.
All right.
It's the same kind of vibe. You know, you got like
Good.
a kooky guy and someone trying to keep it together.
Yeah, yeah. Excellent. I think mine was I was thinking about it as well, and I would have gone with Prisoner of Azkaban. because they're both dealing with like
Oh,
what does it mean to be like part of a family, orphans, that kind of thing. But there's a
oh,
yeah, thanks. I'm trying to think
that's
of
really good.
hey,
That's so
thanks.
deep, and you got this so quickly.
Listen, this is a game I play for fun with my friends. So I'm putting it you're at a disadvantage per se, or I have a handicap, whatever
Mhm,
you want to say.
mhm, mhm.
What's another one? I would say probably what about Iron Man, the first Marvel Iron Man? What would you
Iron Man.
contrast that
Okay,
way?
this time I'm gonna try talk it out. So
Okay, go for it.
Iron Man is about a guy who's killing it, and then he has a problem. And then, and
You're
then,
describing every film. That's so good.
and then the whole movie is trying to not the tuxedo. Jackie Chan's the tuxedo.
That's so good. I would not have got that. That's excellent. See, whereas I would have gone like Black Hawk Down because they're both in Iraq, I guess. Jeez,
Yeah,
but like
I've gone for the suit.
going for the suit, that's excellent. Oh, so good. I gotta get one more. Okay, since you mentioned it
Yeah,
earlier, and
give it.
so I for sure have. I know that you've seen it. Force Awakens. I know you've seen it more than once.
Mhm.
What would you
Yeah,
pair with
yeah, yeah,
Force
yeah.
Awakens?
Yo, Force Awakens. Okay, Force Awakens. You got three people. Kind of do no four people. Nah, is it three? Yeah. So you
Hmm.
got like what? So you got yeah. Okay. So you got a
That's a
couple of
problem. This
people.
this this math you're doing is the reason it's confusing as a series. Is like who are the
Yeah,
main
because
characters here?
the characters.
Who are the
Because you
main
got like
characters?
you got John Boyega, you
Yeah.
got Daisy Ridley, you got
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac, and
Hmm.
you got Adam Driver. Those are the main four. A.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, what's the what's four people all kind of joined together by one event, and there's a main character, and they're all trying to rat race. Oh, that feels like such a cop out, but rat
No, that's
race
so good. I
is it?
that
Like they're
makes
all kind of going after something, but they kind of meet up in a way. But there's like several things going on. Yeah, rat race.
so fucking funny. Because you'd look at that marquee and you'd be like, why? Rat Race and Force Awakens. What the fuck?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
dude.
good.
Yeah, dude.
That's
And that's a good time. That's a good time too.
yeah, that's a great time. Yeah. Oh, excellent.
That's a fun game. I'm gonna play that game with my movie friends.
Please do. Please do. Send
Mm.
them send me combinations that you come up with, please.
Yeah, yes.
Are you ready for your random word to improvise our movie plot around?
Yeah, okay.
Here
Let's
we go.
go.
Let's go. It's presence. 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 Presence.
Presents.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I have an idea of where my mind goes, but I want
Mm-hmm.
to give you the opportunity to, as the guest, pitch first if you have something.
Okay. Presents. Presents. I'm thinking like connection,
Mm-hmm.
but it could also be a sci-fi alien film.
I think that's great. I think thematically those two things are work really well with what I'm considering as well, which is
Drop
the
what you're dropping.
which is pre-sense. It's about the evolution of coming to like people being able to, an organism being able to like see and smell and all the the five senses. So it's like primordial ooze before, and then something happens where they evolve out. And I guess we're kind of just describing Alien, eh? Or the Alien Covenant.
Alien, yeah, or like Alien Arrival.
True, true. But I think we can do something with it. Of like it's an
Mm-hmm.
alien movie and it's before. Oh, how's this? People have evolved in the future past needing senses, and they all have like microchips.
Always
So,
sick. Yeah.
and then the first person in 100 years has been born and they can see, and they see how terrible the world is, and then they have to get hunted down.
Oh, so it's like everyone thinks that life is going good, because they're all stuck in their own minds.
Mm-hmm.
But then this one person realizes, yo, the world's actually falling apart. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you got buildings all like run down. Um, is there at one point a discovery that there have been people who could see the whole time?
Ooh, that's very good. Yes. Yes, I like that a lot.
And it's about this is the first one to go rogue. Like, no, I mean not the first one to go rogue. It's the first one that it wasn't on purpose that they could see. And there's actually like another kind of like government thing going on, because this is all about kind of like, yeah, like, and you can maybe like relate it to like social media was maybe the start of it if you want to get like relevant or like of the time.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like the idea of like it's obviously a pretty, basic social metaphor of like, oh, a group of people that can literally see are controlling people who cannot. I like that a lot. I like having that as our basis. What happens at the end, do you think? Do you think evil prevails and everyone remains mindless drones? Do we have a happy ending? Does someone get a lobotomy?
At the end of it, I reckon it's a Planet of the Apes type thing where you realize they're not even human anymore. You realize that, oh, humans was like the last connection after. Okay, you're gonna have to fill in the blanks for this one.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, there was something that happens in the middle where humans no longer existed, and it was another beast like kind of creature, but they couldn't handle it, so they tricked everyone's brains into still thinking that they were humans.
I like that a lot.
Oh, but
Yeah,
then that could be like a race thing. There's like some
oh
kind of,
boy,
like, bigoted undertones in there.
yeah, for sure. I like that though. I like that as like an idea of like, okay, so combo with this of like, some sort of nuclear thing happened. I think that's pretty relevant. Where it got into some primordial ooze, and then these beings evolved and tricked people into thinking they're human. I mean, could you make it? Should it be a? I mean, if we make it a robot, it's too. I feel like too close to the Matrix. But I think if we make it a weird alien, that's like kind of tricking. That evolves. Okay, it's an alien that evolves, having watched, like basically like being able to plug into like the internet or whatever, and then from there, um it replicated what it saw, which is humanity.
Yes. Can I tag on this?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so these aliens have been watching humanity the whole time, like for like whatever hundreds or thousands of years, and then they realize they're the best. Like the aliens are like they're like real. They're like maybe like they're like maggots or something, or like real like bug things. They really struggle with everything. And the tie-in is that they've always kind of been present in watching how humans freaking worked, and they realized, hey, instead of like trying to be like these maggot things where like life kind of sucks, they've now tricked them into being like, yo, life's actually better as a human. We're all going to be humans now. And then you find out that the real world is actually just a big bunch of maggots that have been plugged into like the like evolved Facebook, and they all think that they're like humans and shit.
Oh,
that's the big plot twist.
That's the big third act twist. And then how on God's green earth does it resolve? I love that though. I almost like a stupid corny thing where you push out, it's all these maggots, you push out, and it's just like on an apple. It's just an apple.
Yes, but the apple's decaying.
Yes.
The apple's decaying, and it's dude. I mean, that's one of those movies that doesn't need an ending. You just let the audience figure it out. A lot of people are gonna be pissed off when they leave.
Yeah,
no, I thought it was an alien. I thought that was an alien. I thought alien social commentary. It was a fucking maggot movie. Ooh.
I like the idea of like it being almost microscopic as well. So you pull fully out, and it's just like, oh, these are a bunch of like just not even remotely relevant to the rest of the universe. And I guess that's kind of like that's also kind of a metaphor for humanity as well, eh? Like you really pull out and damn, this is how stupid we look.
Yeah, it'll be so funny if it was like if it like you pull out, it was one apple that kind of got dipped in nuclear sludge, and it turned the maggot like and made the maggot sentient, and then they figured out how to brainwash themselves into thinking they were human, but it turns out it was all happening actually in just 2050, and it was just like it was actually not that far, and like
Yeah.
we think it's far into the future, but it was like no, it's just like a science apple. It's just in a
Yeah.
lab. It's just it's an apple that got screwed up in a lab, and it's all pointless and meaningless. And then they throw the apple in the bin.
Exactly.
Mm.
And then a homeless person comes by and eats it and bites into it, and then that's the to be continued.
Yeah, and
What's
then it's
gonna
like
happen to that guy?
Osmosis Jones too, and Bill Murray comes back.
Oh,
Bill Murray's
that's
the homeless guy.
yes, I love that. Excellent.
Sorry.
That's definitely gonna be the ending. But who should be play our lead quote unquote person that's like awoken from their blindness? Who do you think?
Oh, I was thinking like, cause I've been thinking about like John Boyega the whole time, and this is gonna be I don't know, it's just Alba. I think like
Okay.
like an older John Boyega, it'll just. I was
I
thinking
like
like it just Alba and like the Suicide Squad, like that
yeah.
character without the superhero type shit. But yeah,
Yeah, where he's kind of like forced into something and he's having to put up with a lot of guff. Yeah.
yeah, dude. And then that would be such a good blah 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 blah. That would be such good whiplash to
Oh
be like,
yeah.
yo, Idris Elba was a maggot the
Yeah.
whole time. What?
He was a bunch of worms. What is this?
What? They were worms.
They were worms. I like that a lot.
Because you'd never believe it. You'd never believe it. That's too much clout. Like Idris Elba's way too much clout to be playing a worm.
He does. He does it way too much. We're gonna have a hell of a time convincing him. It's gonna be like, I don't know about this one, mate. I don't think it's a good idea. um,
But it's like, I want like the amount of heart in that scene and everything everywhere all at once. That like the rock scene. I want like that level of heart, like just to cut through right at the end when they're all maggots. We're maggots.
You're telling me that I'm a maggot? Oh no. Oh mate, that's not good. um, I don't even know if that's what he fucking sounds like. I haven't seen it. I've only ever heard him do an American accent, which is kind of crazy. Except for but yeah, I mean I was gonna say something a bit rude, which is like he did the Dark Tower movie. He'd probably do this one, you know. We all
Yeah.
you know, he clearly likes schlock, you know. I feel like what would be crazy for like the people like in the control room, the government agent, I feel like Mark Maron would be really funny and kind of unexpected.
Oh,
Like, yeah, what you think
yes.
you're not a worm? We're all worms, man. Like that kind of thing.
I love that. I love that choice. I would love to see Idris Elba and Mark Maron arguing.
Oh, that would
That'd
be
be
so
such
good.
a sick scene. That'd be such a sick scene.
That'd be so funny to see, because Mark's like a an average sized man, but like Idris Elba is like this massive kind of guy. Just hearing him like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. This seems equal and
Yeah.
normal. You know?
But Mark Maron's got like enough gruff, I
Yeah.
reckon, to really like that'd be such a sick scene.
So silly. So silly. Who do you reckon would direct this thing? This monstrosity we've made about maggots and counterculture and social media.
Yeah, I'd want to give it to the Daniels. I want to give it to the. I think I think the Daniels will be able to pull it off.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's for sure. It's who do you want to do the score?
Who would I want to do the score?
Yeah, the music for this thing.
Mm.
I almost feel like they might be
Yeah,
giants or
what would you
something
think?
kind of wacky.
Mm.
Or maybe maybe a synth sound like a John Carpenter. Could we get John Carpenter to just do the soundtrack and not direct the movie?
Just John. Yeah, I saw it as like being quite like a serious film until the twist that it's maggots. So what if it's John Carpenter until the reveal and then they might be giants?
I will say this. I will say there's a way to pull off the maggots thing that is really scary, like body horror Cronenberg's shit. If it's like, it really kind of like literally like pre The Fly, the maggot, if you will.
Yeah, but I also want like I really want to sympathize. I want to be crying for the maggots, but I'm invested when they're humans. You know what I mean? Like it goes even. You're like, oh no, they're gross. Oh no, I love them. Oh no, don't. No, 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 no. Who thought I'd fall for a maggot? I didn't realize the maggots would be so lovely.
I think that's quite good too. I like the idea as well. The phrase you said, I want to have sympathy for the maggots, is so powerful to me, and I don't know why. I want to have
Yeah, I
sympathy
want
for
to
the
be
maggots.
crying. I want to
Yeah.
be crying.
Oh, that's so
Or
good.
what's his name? What's his name? Boon Jong Ho. I
Yeah.
probably screwed that up. That'll be pretty cool too, I
Oh,
reckon.
yeah, that'd be great. Oh, that'd be great. Okay. I think we got a real winner here, David. You ready? Do you have any other bits that you want to add in? Maybe we the middle's not really too flushed out, is it?
No,
But
no.
so this person wakes up and then they find out through course of events which that their world isn't real. I feel like there's got to be like a good chunk where like it's kind of like a probably a they live thing where Aegis Elba is like really freaking out and no one believes him, right?
Mm. I reckon it goes three levels. It goes three
Okay.
layers deep. So it goes Idris is in his normal world,
Mm-hmm.
and then it gets revealed that he's actually in a simulation. But
Mm-hmm.
then that's the simulation of the simulation. Because
Mm-hmm.
you want him to be like kind of adventuring in the
Mm-hmm.
first simulation.
Yes.
Because I don't think you'd really root for maggots. Like you want that maggot part to really have a hit. And
Yeah.
I don't think out of like a 90-minute movie, an hour of just maggot is like too much, dude.
I
I
think so
want like
too.
20 minutes of maggot.
I agree. 20 minutes of maggot. That's the Miller guarantee is 20 minutes of maggot. For sure. I 100%. So I think there's going to be like adventures where he thinks he's just like found out a government secret, right?
Mm,
And
mm.
then Mark Maron's like, you don't know how far this goes, man. And like
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
this idea of like him being like, can we get a scene where he's trapped Idris Elba and Mark Maron does shout again in a separate film, lock the gates. um but
As
yeah,
they're running.
as they're running, exactly. I think he's defo got a like adventure in the second simulation for sure. So he's got to
Mm,
be like on the run from these guys. So he has to do something. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, like when he reveals he can like see. Maybe he's like literally like, oh, this. He saved someone from
mm,
like a car. And someone's like, how did you
mm.
know that that car was coming? And he's like, well, I could see it. And maybe he's lived his whole life being able to see, and it's just like never come up until this point. And then he saves
And
somebody's
what
life. And
mm.
then the government's like, oh no, this guy can see what's going on. Gotta stop him. He's too close.
Oh, in the second simulation.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
just before the maggot reveal.
Yes, just before the Madigan
Yeah,
reveal.
yeah. I
Cool.
like that. And I think also I want to do like a reverse I want to do like a reverse avatar type thing
Oh,
where
that's my
he
favorite
was
position.
the reverse avatar. Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
sick.
It's where you pull
That
out
position.
each other's hair.
It's the BDSM of Avatar.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
that. I
Uh,
think it's I want it just to be like in a wheelchair or
mm,
like he's been inhibited
mm,
in the main simulation because he's too powerful. And then when he does and then when he gets into the second simulation, that's when he gets like his legs and he gets to just like be OP. Well, not
yeah,
be OP, but like he slowly becomes OP in
yeah,
that new
yeah.
kind of world.
And then he's a maggot. They're all maggots.
Mm.
I like it.
I've created none of the dramas, but I've created all of the parameters. like, no,
And you know
there's
what?
nothing in terms of plot. Just like, yo, let's make it hard for him.
Let's make it difficult. Um, I think at some point he should have like a wife or a daughter or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they should threaten him to like stop going on this trail. And then he goes, well, if nothing's real, then she's not really my daughter or whatever. And then they're like,
Yeah,
damn.
she dies. The daughter dies near
Mm,
like just before the reveal of the maggots,
yeah.
and that's like the most harrowing part. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when it feels like everything's all done, and then that's when they reveal, or that's when Idris realizes, oh, this is another simulation. None of that
Hmm.
actually even mattered,
Yeah, because he's like, if
and that
this
just
was
makes it
really
really
my
bleak.
daughter, I would feel
Mm.
more for her right now, and I don't feel anything, which is terrifying
Mm.
because she's not
Mm.
real. Nothing's real. Oh my God. I'm a maggot.
Yeah, at first you think that he's sad. You think that he's sad that his daughter dies, but then it's more that he's terrified that he doesn't feel anything.
Oh, that's so good. And that's like a big meaty scene for an actor to play. Now we got him for sure. He'll definitely be on board with this.
Yeah.
That's a hook. Oh, that's a tricky bit to play. Oh my God. Wow, I gotta
Just
tell you,
making the
yeah.
hard, we're making the hardest script to act.
It's like I wasn't sure about until, I got to that part. That accent really wandered. But but yeah, I think we got a real winner here. I think we got
Yeah.
maggots rule the world. I think almost maggots. Every time I hear it, I think of MAGA. Make
Mm.
America great again.
Mm. Mm.
Then a t at the end, and I'm like, is there any way to
Mm.
implement that? And I don't think so. Um,
Mm.
but you ready for a lightning round? And the way this works,
Yes.
so we both get the same word, and then we do a brief pitch each. So verdict is the one I have here. Verdict is for me. For me, verdict is about Javier Bardem plays a judge that is in charge of a man on death row, and whether or not he will get the electric chair in Texas, and it's a comedy. It's a dark comedy.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, verdict for me is it is a drama.
Mm-hmm.
It's a drama, and it's kind of like a who done it type movie. And it's about finding out the person who it's a group of people finding out the person who's at fault, and it's all about it's all based around a flat meeting, and they're trying to figure out who's the bad flatmate because someone shit in the shower, and they're trying to find out the verdict of who shit in the shower, and the one who finds out is going to get kicked out of the house. Flat.
That is so good. It's very good. And it's a drama. You cannot stress that
Yeah,
enough.
it's a drama.
It's a drama.
It's a drama.
It's very dramatic. All right. I got translate. Translate is about a person they are taking a bunch of sheetrock and they are transforming it into affordable housing. And then the government comes in and says, you can't do this because we like keeping property taxes up and property costs up, and we like to keep the little man where he is at. And it's slate. So it's a bunch of slate rock. Okay. So stupid. But it stars, I think, I'm gonna say Abby Jacobson as the person putting together the affordable housing. That is what I say. All right.
I love that.
Thank you.
I reckon for translate, I'm thinking like what was the name of the movie? Was it not Taxi Driver? It was a Jason Statham movie where he played
Transporter.
transporter. It's a transporter type movie where you got like who's the equivalent of like I reckon it's like Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's like he's the Jason Statham of these days, and he's trying to transport a very VIP person, very important person, and but they don't speak the same language, so they have to use Google Translate. But every time they try to communicate, the phone gets shot, the laptop gets broken, so like they constantly have to find new ways to communicate with each other.
Oh, that's so good. I would watch
And
fuck out of that movie. Actually, though, is the thing.
And the person that they're trying to move, I reckon, is Lalisa from Blackpink.
Excellent. All right, so I got one more lightning round, and then we'll wrap things up. The last one is Fine, Fine, Fine. I think Fine is about someone who fails to meet a court date for a parking ticket that he doesn't know about. So a warrant gets out for his arrest. And this fine gets so big that and through circumstance after circumstance after circumstance, all in El Paso, Texas, he eventually gets sentenced to death row on the electric chair, and Javier Bardem is presiding over the case, and it's a drama.
I love that.
Thank you.
Javier Bardem's gonna have a good year because of you, bro.
Yeah, he's on top of my mind for some reason. No idea, but
okay. So Fine is where remake. It's a couple.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a couple movie, like a date night type movie. You got two real strong comedic actors. I'm gonna go with Will Ferrell, and we'll go. No. It's not. No, I'm gonna go the classic duo, Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, and it's like Yes Man, but but it's two people, and they keep having to be like, fine, let's do what you want to do, and they keep saying fine to each other. And the whole premise, they keep saying fine, and it creates hijinks because they have to agree to whatever the other person wants to do, and the other person always doesn't want to do what the other person wants to do. It's almost like Yes Man and Bucket List mixed together.
Excellent. That's very good. That's very strong. Well done. Again, I would watch the fuck out of that movie. So before we wrap up, is there anything you want people who listen to this podcast to know about you? Anything you're up to? Any place they can follow you? Anything like that?
Yeah. Follow me on @DavidPostOffice on everything. I guess like on Instagram and on TikTok. I guess watch Taskmaster season 2.
It's so good.
Watch Taskmaster New Zealand season 4. Watch that for me because it's a really good season. My friends are on it, and I think it's a great series.
I'm excited to see. I will have to find a way to watch it. I really enjoyed your season of Taskmaster. It was really quite funny. What you were doing was, the rap was. Yeah, the whole thing.
It's so nuts.
It's so good.
Crazy.
The whole thing was so good. Because, sometimes when you watch those shows, you can really, like, specifically the UK Taskmaster, you can really see, like, people trying to be really, and I mean this with respect, like, really clever about it and trying to, like, bend the rules. Whereas y'all were just like, let's have a good time with this. This, like, we're all entertainers here. And it's so good. It was such a pleasure to watch that.
Thank you.
Meaning to ask you, what's the David Post Office thing about?
Oh, my last name Correos means post office in Spanish. So if you go to Spain, my last name is on all of the letterboxes, and it's like the main. It's like Courier and Correos are the same word. Yeah, they're the same word.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh,
yeah, I'm not just being quickie. Like it's like just English translation of my last name.
Oh, that's so good. I'm going to speak briefly to the listener. Thank you for listening to this episode of Focus Testing. If you want early access to the podcast, and also I record the beautiful faces of the guests I have on this show, you can go to substack.com. You can go to tristanmiller.substack.com and subscribe there. I also do film reviews and humorous essays, or attempt to. David, again, thank you so much for doing this. This is heaps of fun. Glad we found a time that works, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to hang out with me.
No, this was so much fun, Tristan. I've had honestly such a good time. Thank you so much for having me on.